Haha, I'm live. Good morning, everyone. Today, Ioniq range test. I drove 11 kilometers here to the highway entrance, and I had the same consumption that I had, almost the same, 104 watt-hours per kilometer, um, as when I did the range test 2 days ago. And now I will go on the highway, drive it down. I'm at 97% now, started at 100, drive it down to 52%, turn around, and then go to a high power charger and then charge it full. And then we can see the range and the charging speed of everything. This will be fun. So I'm going on the highway now. I hope internet connection is better today because I'm right on the highway. At 97%, regen is already almost full there. It's at 80% of the regen that you can have. Don't need to see me anymore. I have my boy Wesley with me, our dog. He's in the back. It's way too early, 7 a.m. I know, but I want to be home noon or around noon. That would be nice. So going on the highway, I will drive with 94 kilometers an hour, which is GPS exactly 90. Because it's Sunday, I hope that no traffic at all. I should go in eco. That would be nice. Go in eco. 94 kilometers. Not limit cruise control, but without distance. There we are. 94. And then we'll go. Nice. Heat is on, but not doing anything right now, so I turn it off just to be sure. Climate is on driver only. My lights are on. Those take almost 100 watt. I'm surprised. It's all LED, but it takes some power. Like I said, driving it, and now it's 96%. I drive with this speed now till it's 52, turn around and then go to the charger, and then we know the range, and I can also now test if my range test that I always do is accurate. So if it's around the same number, that would be nice. I'm a bit early to the stream, but that's okay. 3 people, you crazy, it's way too early. Good morning. We'll wait a bit till people are coming. How is everybody? Live chat is on. German highway. It's supposed to rain or even thunderstorm. That would be not very well for my consumption test. But that's okay. Some people need to know how the rain will affect your range. Not busy. On Friday it was amazingly busy, and yesterday it was busy too. So restrictions in Germany are less, and there was so many trucks on Friday. Today it's way better. I didn't see a truck so far. I don't know if trucks are still allowed to go on a Sunday. No idea. Maybe they already changed that rule. Yeah, I keep the heat on. It's still a bit cold. But driver only heat at 21.5 degrees. It's 15 degrees outside. You're a bit crooked there, eh? Let's do LKA. Let's see if I can change this. No, not this. Right, it's not gonna change. Well, it looks a bit better, eh? Yes. How is everyone? Who are the 3 people? Who's crazy enough to watch 7 a.m. on a Sunday? Maybe it's not the time for you. This is the blanket for Wesley, so he doesn't get the car dirty with his fur and everything. 4 people. More and more. I'm not alone in here. It's nice. And I don't know if you can see, it was wet on the car. So the car was wet in the morning, and there's still here on this window part, it's still wet. And of course, in the good morning, Paul, there's still wetness, so drops of water there, and it doesn't come off because there's no wiper in the back. But it's not it's not a big problem right now. Now, if I would drive faster, it would be gone. Now for the people who just arrived, the two more. I'm in the Ioniq, 38 kilowatt hours. Morning from Denmark. Another pole. No, pool? How do you say that? I'm in the Ioniq, 38 kilowatt hours. I charged to 100%, went to the highway, and now I'm driving on the highway. I want to drive it down, go one direction, in direction of Munich, drive it down to 52%, and then go back to a charger, drive it down as close to zero as I dare. Then we can have a nice range test. And of course I reset my trip, and one trip is always reset. It's so stupid. And then we charge to 100% and see charging speed from a very low charge to full, maybe 95%. I don't know yet. We'll see. If it's amazingly slow, charging above 90%, I will only charge. Why is there a truck down? There's a truck on the different direction, on the opposite direction. Good morning, Ivan. 6 people? You're crazy. It's way too early. Go back to sleep. I woke up 1.5 hours ago, had my coffee, then had to walk to get the car because I was charging it on an AC charger 900 meters away from our home. And amazingly, the cable you get with the Ioniq does not support 32 amp, and so you don't get 7.2 kilowatt on AC charging, you only get 4.4. That's crap. Sorry, it was gone for a second. I think the phone couldn't handle that someone was calling while I do live stream. So the cable that you get, you can only charge with 4.4 kilowatt, and that took 10 hours from 13% to 100. And it shocked me this morning. I was checking with the app the status, and when I went into the app, it said 12% and red, and then I did a refresh, and then okay, 100%, all fine. That was stress. Two EV settings. I don't need those. Charging minimum, charging limit, charging current is all to maximum. So no, it was just the cable. Already at 94%. I drove 22.5 kilometers. It says 261 kilometers of range. My consumption right now is 114. When I did my range test 2 days ago, the 60 kilometers that I now always do, I had 104 or 106, I can't remember. Still a bit less, but hello. It will change. The good thing is, where I'm going, Munich, it should all be amazingly straight, so the only hilly part is here at the end where I just started. From now on, it should be mostly amazingly straight. Everyone there? Only 3 people, everybody left. It's a boring live stream. I'm not watching that. Totally right. We'll see when people will come or not. Hope internet is better today. It looks better. Well, I'm on the highway again like last time, so I'm guessing it's better. If you have questions about the Ioniq, I think I know everything about the car now. How long do I have it? 5 days. But this is my last long trip. I will go use it for work, and then do a night drive at some point, do a city consumption drive, and that's it. Then Tuesday in a week I give it back. But next weekend I can. I'm busy. I cannot do very long trips. Oh, everybody's leaving. Nobody likes me. Heat is taking 500 watt. Lights and all the instrument clusters are taking 350 watt. Driving 6 kilowatt right now. Cruise control without no adaptive cruise control. So it has that, but I turned it off. That's nice, you can do that, but on the highway it's just way nicer, especially when you do a range test, to not have adaptive cruise control on, because maybe there's a car overtaking, goes in your lane, and then adaptive cruise control says, "Oh, distance is too low, I will slow down." I don't want that. And it's at 94 kilometers an hour, and that should be 90 and a half, 90 to 91 kilometers an hour real GPS speed. Well, heat consumption is off. I'm guessing I reached my 21 and a half degrees in here. I have driver only, another great setting. Oh, 1 like! Yes! Thank you. Yeah, the windshield looks crazy. And like I said, today is not about driving fast, not rushing anything. All cool. I'm at 93%, so another 41% to go, and then I drive around, turn around, and hopefully it will be the same. And if I notice that the range won't be enough, then I drive slower. Has it lane keep assist? Yes, it does. I don't use it. It has the same as Kona, lane follow and lane keep. I never know which one is which. So every time you start the car, one is on, I think lane keep. So this is the same as in the e-up, where when you go from where it just pulls you back when you go close to a lane, and then it warns you, and you still have to hold the steering wheel, and it bugs you and beeps and everything, and I hate it. I turned it off. And the other one, lane follow, I also don't use. In the settings you can turn that off, so when you have cruise control on, it would do it automatically, but I turned it off. But the other one you have to turn off every time when you start the car. The same with the FES, but the FES is not that annoying. I have to say, this is the virtual engine sound system in the Ioniq, the same in the Kona, is okay. Driving backwards, you get a light beep. This car is very, very similar to the Kona when it comes to the technology. Hello to Flavian. You're up so early. Yes, I'm up since 5:45, but I always get up that early. Usually I get up at 5 for work, because I start work at 7:30, and it's half an hour to go to work. Hi, Alexandru. You've all so nice names. Not like mine, Chris. All religious, stupid names. I don't like it. You can see, but my Wesley, or our Wesley, our dog, is here in the back. But we just walked a bit. It's very possible that we stop in between and then walk a bit more, or we do it at the lodge. I have to see how he is. If he's all cool, then I won't do anything. I really like the Ioniq. I'm very surprised. I said that yesterday in a live stream that didn't work. God, the internet connection was horrible yesterday. Roads are so empty. How many see outside? It's 15 degrees. What's your speed? My speed is 94 kilometers an hour, which is 91 kilometers an hour GPS speed. My consumption, well, instant consumption is hard to do if it goes up a tiny bit of a hill. 12 kilowatt for driving, 200 watt for heat. I have it on driver only, 21.5 degrees, so I can see it heating up a bit and then turning it off. 15 degrees outside, 300 watt for the whole infotainment system and the lights. I did 32 kilometers and I'm in 92%. I'm in eco mode, not eco plus. So heat is reduced and of course driver only, but not off. In eco plus it would be off. So my average consumption right now is 10.3. When I did my consumption test 2 days ago, it was 10.6, I think. So that was good. Can you choose and disable the type of LKA from the dashboard menu using the steering wheel? No. The LK so LFA, the one where it's keeping you in the middle of the lanes, you turn that off in the settings of the instrument cluster, and you can only do that when the car is. Oh, wait a minute, I have to check. No, you can turn it off while turn it on and off while driving. That's good. I was wrong. Oh, it's starting to rain a bit. And the lane follow. I just don't know. The one where it just goes ping pong is always on when you turn on the car, and you have to manually turn it off with a button on the side. How similar is Ioniq to Kona regarding lane keep and follow assist? I haven't tested it because I don't like it. Pretty sure it's the exact same thing. The driver only button in Ioniq is amazing, and it reduces the power a lot, and it makes so much sense for an EV. It's a great function. ID3 should do that too, but it does it automatically. So when you're in the ID3 and only as a driver, it automatically does only heat or cool where you are sitting, and I think that's wrong. I want to do it by myself. So if I say no, I have a dog in the back, I want to cool the whole car, then I can't do that, because it will not recognize dog if the car is a lightweight like ours. He's 7.4 kilogram. Do it on auto? I do it on auto, but nah, it's not raining, just a few drops. The infotainment system that's connected to the internet is very nice. I mean, the new infotainment system with the 10-inch screen, when you have that side thing where you have so many. There's the side button. What's a side button? I don't have a side button. It shows me the weather that it gets online. It shows me that it's raining here. Not true. Well, maybe a bit trip information, and you could go through. It's very nice. They did it very well. The new infotainment system is really good. It's not snappy, so when you zoom into the map, not very well done. I don't like it at all. But navigation works. Also with the navigation, what I didn't like was that when you have a turn, it doesn't. Nothing changes when you have to turn. So when you have it in the instrument cluster, the map, where you cannot have the map, but you have directions, then it will show you how far to the next time you have to turn or something, and it works very nice. But in the map, in the infotainment system, it just stays the same. So you drive and it says on the top, in 60 kilometers you have to turn right, and it stays the same till the turn is. Unless it's a highway thing, then it shows a picture what lane you have to use. That's nice. But other than that, nothing changes. I want, like a kilometer away, I want the map to change in. Have to switch. I have to get off the highway soon. That would be nice. But otherwise, I don't like the haptic buttons, so there are no real buttons anymore. The steering wheel has real buttons, and they work the same as Kona. It's the same steering wheel as in the Kona. No head-up display, not even available for the Ioniq. They want to say? Oh, but the infotainment system and the climate are now the haptic buttons, and they don't react very well. You have to press right on the money. On the button you can see where the edges are. So if you press a bit above where it says a radio, or a bit left, right, or down, you still know and you feel I pressed the button to go to Munich today. So in the direction. But here you press a bit above the radio button, nothing happens, and then you have to press right on it. And when you're driving and the car is shaking a bit, it doesn't work very well. So I don't like those haptic buttons at all. I'm surprised the car doesn't have a 2-zone climate. It's one temperature for the whole car, not even passenger. Have the thing on auto and on sensitive. Yes. Still doesn't wipe. Yeah, I should clean it. The windshield is dirty. Sorry. And I already cleaned it once. And yesterday, yeah, I was doing a bit of speed home. So I'm at 90%, and I drove 41.2 kilometers. So it would mean the car has a range of 400 kilometers. I doubt that. Now, this is why we're doing this test. I also want to see how close is this test to my normal consumption test that I do. Is it close or is it far off? So is my 60-kilometer range test total crap? It's really starting to rain, but it's not that cloudy. Huh. That's okay. Was there with the police on the left side. Resume at 94 kilometers an hour. Uses 8 kWh to drive on almost a straight. What's happening here? What are you doing? Stop the car. Ooh, I was stopped by the police when I did the Ioniq test with range test. I wanted to get, left the charger and wanted to go on the highway, and then they stopped me, and then they asked me, what are you doing here? Tested my license and everything and the car, and I had to explain I'm testing this car, YouTube channel, blah blah blah, and they said okay, it's fine, but it took 10 minutes or so. It took 10 minutes for them to check my license and the registration and everything. Surprised that it takes so long. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, is there a gas station on the highway? I don't think so. There's no gas station where we're driving now. I could have cleaned the windshield then, but there's no stop. There's no highway gas station on the whole way. Just Autohof, which is off the highway a bit. My tire pressure, I didn't change it. I never changed the tire pressure. I'm not doing that. This is a normal test for the little man. It's 2.6. Yesterday when it was so hot, it was like 26 degrees. It was 2.7, so it goes up, of course, with the warmth of the tire. 2.6 on all the tires. Drove 44.3 kilometers. I'm at 89%. Average consumption is 109. Heat is taking 300 watt. All the rest electronics also 350 watt. I've seen battery care. When I did my range test the other day, the battery got really warm. And when I was charging, even the little things in the front opened to cool the battery, and was charging very well at 47 kilowatt. And I didn't see a number how much battery care the fans were taking, but it was already over, and I looked, and it said underneath that 2% of your whole power consumption was the battery care. So it shows you in your instant consumption, driving, climate, electronics, and battery care, then the number you have right now, and then underneath the percentage of your whole thing. So right now it says 89% is for driving, 5% for climate, 6% for electronics. And yesterday was also nice. I reset my consumption when I was up the hill on the mountain, and then I went down, so 15 minutes only downhill, and two cute things happened. First, because when you're going downhill and you use full regen, you're charging the battery with regen, but with way more than the car would usually do. So the peak charging speed I've seen so far was 47 kilowatt, 85 kilowatt, and I was driving down, and I'm guessing it charged the battery high a lot. And I heard a clunk, so the Model 3 clunk, so metal was expanding. And then when I was down a hill, when I was there, it stopped. So it did it again, so in the other direction, I guess, because it cooled down. Ooh, auto windshield wipers work. Yeah, it's raining a bit. And also, what was nice, of course, the average consumption doesn't show minus numbers. So it was just staying for 0 for a long time. And then when I was driving straight, it still stayed at 0 till there was a consumption number that was above 0. So it calculated the right consumption, but it doesn't show a consumption that is in minus. And then the percentage here in the middle of the instant consumption was 0% for driving, and then 80 for climate or so. It was very cute to see. Yeah, I will film a bit now. Raining a tiny bit, the road is dry, but it should rain more. That goes here. Check sound, it's always do that. I'm on the highway on the way to Munich. I did almost 50 kilometers. My consumption is at 112. I'm at 87%. It's raining a tiny bit, but the road is still dry. I'm in eco mode, not eco plus. Heat is on, and it always goes to around 500 or 600 watt, and then it goes back to 0. Like I said, this is a comfortable drive. But at 94 kilometers an hour, cruise control, and I turned adaptive off so it doesn't keep a distance. For the highway, I like that better. Live stream is going on. 10 people are crazy enough to be at 7 a.m. here. Nice, almost 15%. We're at 14, 51 kilometers. Let's go on. Because it's way less stressful here to film when I'm not doing fast speeds. So at 94, I can even use the lane keep assist for a second and get the camera. Maybe it would make more sense. Somebody asked something. Check it. Consumption is at 113 right now. So 11.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. We're at 86%, 52 kilometers driven. And the 100% is weird. So the car was at 100% when I got into the car. Everything was off. I drove for 500 meters and it went to 99%. That is how it works. So the 100% is not really. Oh, it got to be cleaner now, huh? It cleaned with the wiping. Maybe I should do that more. Let's clean it a bit. There's a truck coming. What the hell? A truck coming, and I think maybe he's faster than me. I'm doing 94. You shouldn't be going that fast. Yeah, your view should be way better now, but it's still wet. The stupid wipers are still wet, so every time I wipe, it stays wet. Do you have any questions about the Ioniq? I think I can answer most of them now. I know a lot of stuff when it comes to driving, charging. I haven't seen the battery charge on a high power charger with state of charge higher than 28 or so. It goes up to the 47 kilowatt relatively fast, and it stays at the 47 till I think it was 55 or almost 60%, and then it gradually goes down. And I've seen it at I think above 80 or above 85 with 14 and then 11 kilowatt. I really don't know if the truck is coming closer. If he will really be close, maybe I go off for parking and let him go by. But no traffic at all at 7 a.m. here. That's nice. Friday was hard to do the consumption test with so much traffic. With 94, I had to overtake a few trucks to accelerate to 100, and then at 110 it was hard to accelerate and not keep the people that want to pass the truck as well. And with 130 it was better, but still with 130 there were 2 trucks or maybe even 3 passing other trucks, and then I had to slow down. Need a bit of sugar. Sugar is good. That's my boy. Can't see him. Where's my boy? He doesn't want to. So I have 2 gigabyte of data left on this plan, so 1.9 or 1.8. And when this is over, Livestream is gone, unless someone of you is so nice and donates the money for the day plan. So there's an unlimited data plan which costs €6. Go shake my boy. So if you want the live stream to go on after the 2 gigs are gone, it's just €6. If nobody's watching or nobody cares, it would be €6 for nothing, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm a cheapskate, I'm sorry. And by the way, my God, Google is taking a lot of the donations with super chat and super sticker. Oh my God. I understand why Björn Nieland is using Streamlabs. The problem with Streamlabs is that you have to pay monthly for a year, and I think it was €120 for a year, but you get to keep the full donation money. But €120, it still has to come in at some point. I'm not spending this and then don't get any donation, doesn't make sense. But you guys gave me on the Model 3 run €61 donation, thank you very much. And from this money I got 26, so I get 40%, Google gets 60. Wow. That is a lot. Since I'm going such a low speed, even when there's a speed limit, mostly here, I think it's at 120. So it still can go. 15 people. It's not even 8. What are you guys doing up? You're crazy. Go back to sleep. Any info about the wind speed and direction? No, I have no idea about the wind speed, but I'm going back the same way, and I hope it doesn't change anyway. Plenty of Volkswagen surrogates on your Facebook channel last month. What's a surrogate? That loves Volkswagen or that hates Volkswagen? And I wouldn't call it my Facebook group. Yes, I started it, but I don't do anything with it. So I read the comments and that's it. Nothing is happening. So the reason for the Facebook group was if someone in Great Britain or someone in Denmark is getting an email from Volkswagen that has interesting stuff in there. That's the whole reason for the whole Facebook group. Or somebody sees the car in the wild. Yeah, I'm at 82%. Will be interesting where we are at 80%. Then I can estimate the range. Not fanboys, just people paid by Volkswagen to promote it online. Really? Was there really so much stuff happening that was positive for Volkswagen? I mean, I know a few fans, I know a few people that post merchandise, and I don't know, that really think Volkswagen is the best company in the world, and they don't do anything wrong, and I'm not one of them. So I always say that I'm not a fan of the company of Volkswagen, a fan of the strategy with electric cars, and I'm a fan of the ID3. And I don't even know about the other cars, so ID4 or the bus. I don't know yet if this would be a car I'm interested in. So far not. I don't think so. I'm a fan of the ID3 and that's it. I'm not a fan of the company. And I have to say the strategy they did with the ID3 for pre-bookers. I'm from Australia. Oh my god, what time is it? So are you 12 hours behind? Something like this? So is it 8 p.m.? It's almost 8 a.m. here. And I think what Volkswagen did very wrong with all the pre-bookers was information and special thing. I think they did not make the pre-booker feel like something special. They forget that Volkswagen came out with the ID3. This is an affordable car, and first edition is something special for our customers, blah blah blah. And so the normal Joe wanted the car, and they pre-booked. And the normal Joe, like me, I wanted an update or something special every month. So I don't know, a video only for the pre-bookers. Of course, it will get leaked. And then other people can watch it, but the pre-bookers should watch it first. I don't know, a prototype testing, a look around the car, and then every month something new. Hey, look at the charge port here. Hey, look at the charging speed here. Just a minute-long videos or information, and then every pre-booker should get that. That would have been nice. But since September, since I got the what the car has features, so the 3 lines. Since then, so mid of September, I didn't get any email from Volkswagen, not at all. And this shouldn't be a newsletter when you're a pre-booker. It should be a service making you stay hungry for the car. It's the same with the software problems. As a pre-booker, I would have wanted an email from Volkswagen. Yes, there are problems with the software, but we'll take care of it. Delivery date is still on schedule for the summer. Something like this would be nice to get that. I'll get the camera to film. We're almost at 80%. I'm at 81. Oh, 80. Hello, it's working. Hello, it's working. Good. Film. We are at 80%. 222 kilometers range left, says the car. These are our stats. So 68 kilometers. That would mean 340 kilometers to 0. I'm not driving totally to 0, but maybe to 1%. My consumption is pretty high. I'm surprised. Maybe because of the heat. I have around 600 So it would be 60 watt-hours per kilometer for heat. Well, maybe we should turn it off, but it's cold. No, I wanna have it, drive it the normal way, so that normal people can relate to it. It's raining. Not it already stopped. It was just a tiny bit. Road is totally dry, tiny bit wet, damp. It's fine. And heat is off now, so it stays. Always heats up a bit and then shuts it off. Going to 52%. There we go. See you at 52. Good. We filmed. Turn off the camera. Turn off, yes. Sorry, I didn't see the last chat. Hi Chris, thanks for the video. Can you give a comparison with the Kona? Is the ID3 smoother, quieter, or overall feels better? I always say that ID3 I only drove for 10 minutes and then drove in it for another 10 minutes where another guy was driving. It's very hard to still remember all of it. I just felt very comfortable. The steering feel was amazing and it was quiet. But for me to test it, it was also on a racetrack. For me to really say that when it comes to comfortable driving would be to drive it for a few days or one day and then see it how it is on cobblestone and stuff like this. This Ioniq to the Kona is very similar. I prefer sitting in here. The Kona is of course a bit higher, crossover SUV style. I prefer this. Also, I think the ride quality is, I don't know, I could be wrong. I feel more comfortable in here than the Kona. You don't have the middle console here, of course. It's not happening. There's a big hole here. I don't know what to put there. I think they made a stupid decision to have two 12-volt outlets at the same location. I don't get this. So there's a 12-volt outlet, then a USB in the middle, and another 12-volt outlet on the right of it. Why is one 12-volt outlet not in the back seat or in the trunk? I don't get it. And then in the middle console, I don't know if you can see. So in here, there's then a 12-volt. There's then another USB. And there's a hole to get out of the middle console to charge your phone, for example. So the USB location is good. The 12-volt outlet location I don't get. But driving it, I have a certain way of driving when it's long distance. I'm not straightening out my legs. And in the Model 3 I couldn't do that because there's a hump of the battery underneath the seat a bit to the front. The seating position in here is also in the Ioniq is way better than in the Model 3. It's also way more comfy ride. It feels more stable on the road. The steering feel is better in the Ioniq. Also, this car, even though it's the manual and the website says top speed limit is 165, I drove 180 on the speedometer with it, even more, 181 or so. And at that speed, it's way more stable and comfortable and quieter than the Model 3. So if you don't need to drive amazingly long distances, this car is better than the Model 3. If you do normal trips, and I mean with normal trips I mean 150 kilometer trips, then you don't need all the technology that the Model 3 gives you. You don't need 190 kilowatt charging, you don't need 500 horsepower, you don't need an infotainment system that can play Netflix or YouTube. You just don't need it. If you do long distance driving and then this is all good. So I mean long distance, I mean 1,000 kilometers or more. Then Model 3 is of course way better for that, but I like it in here. I like it a lot. The cruise control works very nice. It also changes speed in a very nice way. So when you drive 80 and you have your cruise control set to 100, it doesn't fully accelerate. It just really does it very smooth. So it accelerates a bit in a manner that I would do if I want to save energy. Goes up to that speed and keeps it very nicely. Yeah, the adaptive cruise control, it's nice for going to work on the country road. On the highway, it's very annoying. Even on distance 1, so the lowest setting, at 130, it's a long distance to the truck in front of you and it already slows down. That's why on the highway I would not use it. But if you drive with the flow, it's perfect. And it does, it will stop. So when you have cruise control set and the car in front of you stops, then it will stop too. I can't remember if it continues driving. I can't remember. Yeah. Regen in this car, the same as in Kona, amazing. 3 regen levels, I always have it on 3. And it shows you in the power charge meter that if you, in level 3, when you go off the accelerator pedal, you get half of the regen you have. And if you press the brake or use regen boost, which is the left pedal shifter on your steering wheel, when you press this or the brake pedal, then you have full regen all the way. And the max I've seen was 85 kilowatt. Also, what I've noticed, even with 70 or 80% battery, when you accelerate full, even with the kickdown with the button in the accelerator pedal, I never seen more kilowatt of power from the motor than 95. So 100 kilowatt, haven't seen that. That is weird. I should turn the heat off, not needed anymore. Our consumption is now at 120. It increased. I'm surprised. I'm at 76%, almost 75, and 80 kilometers. That would mean 320 kilometers of range, but we're still going. Ooh, that's a loud tarmac, huh? I have the 28 kilowatt hour model, and I like it just the same as you said about yours. Yes. So the updated model here, I like the instrument cluster better. I like the infotainment screen better than in the old one. The buttons, no. The old one, when it has real buttons, was better. The instrument cluster looks way better than in the old one, but the old one was also not a problem. I could go on with that. We're still at 76%. I want to see when it switches to 75. Then I can tell you the number. Car says still 213 kilometers of range. I'm at 81 kilometers, still 76. I turned the heat off. Maybe I turned the lights off as well on auto. It's bright enough now at 8 a.m. Day driving lights are fine. I think that the Kona had it, and maybe this car too, that driving lights, the rear lights are on as well. In most of the other cars, when you see them drive, the rear lights are off when they have the day driving lights on. Yeah, lights off. Ooh, now I only use 180 watts, and before it was 300. But I turned the fan off, so not off, but on the lowest. No, we are at 75%, 82 kilometers driven. That means 164, 300 and, help me, 328 kilometers of range. WLTP range is 311. That is nice, but our consumption is high, 12.1, so 121. I was expecting less. My test with the 60 kilometers said 10.6, but we're going only in one direction. It could be less. When you get close to Munich, you get more wind, but mostly in the vicinity. I checked online. Thank you very much. I hope, I really hope I can drive with this speed to Munich and go down to 52% and then turn around. I don't want to go into the city or anything, so I hope I can stay with that, slow down or accelerate. Good morning from UK, and thank you for your presentation. Thank you for being here, Robert Lewis. You were there yesterday too, because I remember the name. It's a nice name, Robert Lewis. I like it. I don't know why. It's the same as Max Power. It's a great name from The Simpsons. You remember when he changed his name in one episode, Homer? Homer, yeah? And yeah, I'm Max Power. That's a great name. I like your name too. My name is horrible. But that's fine. Name is not everything. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that my consumption is so high. I thought it would go downhill or as straight as possible here. Maybe it goes up a tiny bit. Because I can see driving takes 11, 12 kilowatt. Sometimes goes to 10, sometimes to 13. But it's good for me to know if I do a real range test with a car at the same speed that I did my range test only for 60 kilometers. Then I can say expect it to be a bit more. But in the range test, I have lights off, climate totally off, and today so far I had the heat on even. I turned it off now, but on driver only, and I had the lights on so far. I turned them off now too. Oh boy, is fine. Yeah, I have my boy Wesley with me, but you can't see him. He's behind here. He's on my seat on this side. Ooh, we walked a bit. Moin. Martin Ernst, also a great name. We drove a bit. We walked to the car because I was charging the car at an AC charger 900 meters away from my home. And I said it before. The cable that I got, and I think you get when you order the Ioniq, cannot support 32 amp, and so you only get 4.2 or 4.4 kilowatt of charging on AC. When you get the real cable, 32 amp, then you can charge 7.2. I'm in Eco, but not Eco Plus, so climate is on, but heat is off now anyways. If it gets chilly, 15 degrees out there, I will turn it back on. And Eco Plus wouldn't do anything, it will turn off the climate fully. And Eco doesn't do a lot too when I have the climate, the heat off, because Eco in Kona Ioniq will reduce the power, but since I'm driving constant, I don't need more power, and it reduces you can set it, reduces the climate, and I set it that it will reduce the climate in Eco mode, and I have it on driver only anyways. Nice drive. 20 people, hello. 20 people, only 9 likes. You don't like me? God, I'm a sucker for likes, huh? No, I'm just reminding you, sorry. There's a like. Finger up. Thumbs up, I mean. Morning run. My speed is 94 kilometers an hour on the speedometer. GPS speed would be 90, 91. Lights are off, heat is off, climate is on driver only, and it doesn't matter till it's not heating or cooling. And I have the fan speed on 1. It takes 200 watts for the whole system plus fan. And I'm at 90 kilometers at 73%. Car says 204 kilometers range left. I just estimated 328 kilometers of range at that speed when I was at 75. The consumption is 121 watt hours per kilometer. It's pretty high, but it could be because of the heat before. I was heating the cabin a bit, but only with, what was it, 500, 600 watts. This car has a heat pump. This car is really weird. I checked the German configuration page, and you have so many likes. Thank you. I got it. The configuration for the Ioniq is either trend, which is the lowest, style, or premium, and they're apart 3,000 or 3,500 euros or so. and I noticed that only the premium has heated seats in the back, but the premium has leather seats, leather with fabric, and ventilated seats. And this car has only fabric seats, no ventilated seats, but heated seats in the back. That is weird. And also, I said before, everything website and manual says top speed is limited to 165, but I drove it with 180 a few times. So I don't know. Oh, we're almost a few kilometers away. There's a fastnet charger. I charged there with the Jaguar I-Pace. For me, why I like Ionity so much is the screen. That information is amazing. When you see voltage, amp, charging power right now, what did you charge in that time, and then the charging time. But they changed it. Have you seen it in a Model 3 video? Now that you don't see any seconds anymore. In the E-Up, when I did my test, it showed seconds. It doesn't do that anymore. No, my wife is interested in looking at your presentation. So you don't care, your wife does? That's okay. So this must be the only woman on my channel. When I look at my analytics, it says 99.2 or even more, 99.5% male, and the rest female. And I get it. What is the average speed on the road you're driving on? I mean, I'm allowed to drive here unlimited, but I'm doing cruise control at 94. So cheap 90. There's on the left is our only nuclear power plant in the area. The next nuclear power plant from where I live is then in the Czech Republic or even in Russia. We're not far away from Chernobyl, like 500 kilometers away. It was a freak out time when I was young and Chernobyl exploded, and it was so weird now that I know more about radioactivity, because back then for a month or so, oh, don't eat any mushrooms from the forest, and then a month later it was, oh, it's fine, like it would change in a month. Oh god. Radioactivity is gone in a month. Yeah, but that's people. It will be the same now with the pandemic. There, when it gets a bit better, then everybody is forgetting about it, and you wear a mask, and that's it. Ooh, it was weird yesterday. I was at the grocery store yesterday at Aldi in Pieding, which is very close to Berchtesgaden, and I'm guessing they have different rules there, because people were waiting in a line outside of the grocery store, and then when somebody came out with his shopping cart, he put his groceries in his car and then gave you the shopping cart, and then you were allowed to go in. So not too many people were allowed inside the grocery store. In there were like 10-15 people. So where I live, that's not the case. Just go in with a mask and fine. So we have in public transportation, grocery stores, and except for work, we have mask is required. And I have a few in here, and I have another few in my bag. My wife has a few. We got them from work. It was very nice. Our boss is very nice when it comes to this. When she heard about the mask shortage and everything, she got them from somewhere for every employee. We only have 30 employees or so. Consumption still goes up. It's 122. Getting a bit chilly in here, but I will freeze for you guys. Oh, and when I did my consumption test, I was sweating for you guys. It was 26 degrees, the car was so hot, but when I did my consumption test, I had the windows closed, climate off, the whole way, just the fan at low speed like now. But I will turn the heat back on in here. It's cold. Heat on. Let's see what it does. watt, 400 watt. $500, $550, $600. The driver only 21.5 degrees, fan on 3, heat on. I have 600 watts right now. Does it decrease more? No, it stays at 600. We are almost at 100 kilometers now. Now, at 100 kilometers at 69%. So 300 should be possible at this speed. No, this is not the common speed to drive on the highway. This is more for all over the world. And Björn Nilan always says that very nicely. When you drive city, country road, your average consumption is very close to driving 90 kilometers an hour on the highway. He's totally right, and I've seen that a few times. So when you drive in the city, your consumption is way low unless you accelerate like crazy. And when you drive on the country road around 100, it's a bit higher, and the mix is at around 90 kilometers an hour. That's why I'm doing this. I'm driving 90 kilometers GPS speed, and if you drive the car at home, so not a long distance, you can expect this range. If you want to drive 130, then you can use my other consumption test, where I think it was 166 watt hours per kilometer then. I haven't done the calculations yet, how much range that is, and a safe range, the 10 to 80% and stuff like this. I will do it the same way as I did with the Ionq. But the consumption is higher than in my consumption test. Again, I have the heat on right now, but now it heats at 0. So it's not heating anymore. So I'm guessing it's 21.5 degrees in here, and it's not heating. So maybe I put it on 22. What does it do then? Nothing? No, it does. It heats up a bit again. It's 300 watt. Yeah, you have a heat pump in here. The heat pump is not in trend, but in style and premium. Yeah, and this is a shame that ID3 does not have heat pump in every car. Every ID3 should have a heat pump standard on first edition. It doesn't matter if you live in Spain or in Norway, it should be a heat pump. God damn it. Very disappointed with that. Ooh, a tiny bit of hill. So I will be surprised if when we go back, if the consumption goes down. So maybe it is a tiny bit uphill. %, 105 kilometers traveled. Yeah, I wanted to do that with the Ionq as well, drive it down to 0, but I didn't have time anymore. It just takes a lot of time to drive 90 kilometers an hour till the battery is as close to 0 as possible. Yeah, and I will drive this car down. I will see when a warning will come. I want to see turtle mode. I hope that is at under 5%. I didn't feel any wind anyways when I was outside, but it could be different here. If there's wind, it's not very strong. Yeah, heat is off again. I'm at 22 degrees. I mean, I didn't turn off the heat, but I can see in the consumption. Now it goes up again, 200 watts. 300 watts, so it's just so efficient. It heats up when it goes under the 22 degrees, and 22 is a bit too warm. I do it at 21.5, that was okay. And then it turns off the heat pump right away when it notices no need for heat. It's just nice. And I can see that 93% of my consumption is for power, for driving, 3% for climate, 4% for all the other electronics. Yeah, no consumption for heat anymore. The fan on 2 now. Yeah, consumption goes up. It's still at 100. It went up to 123. Landshut. So again, I'll say that, and I'm sorry for that. So I have 2 gigs of data on this plan. If this data is gone, Livestream is off. Unless someone is so interested and donates 10 euros, then I can buy the day plan, which is unlimited data, and then I can go on live streaming. But I'm not paying 6 euros if nobody's interested. And I get it. You don't have to donate anything. But you also have to understand me for not spending something that's not needed. I'm not Björn Nilan earning, even on Patreon alone, $1,000, and on his videos and everything. And then he has sponsors, so he has Ionq as a sponsor, and WeCharge as a sponsor. Not WeCharge, GetCharge. So Telecom, yes, those sponsors, so he doesn't have to pay for charging. I have to, with this car, I don't have to pay for charging if the card that's inside here works, but it didn't work on Ionq. I had to pay that for myself. And just to tell you a bit about money, to have the e-up, when I had the e-up for 2 weeks and I drove 2,100 kilometers, all together, all charging at home, preheating, and then going to work, do all the tests, charging at Ionq, cost me 110 euros. But I have to deduct around 30 euros for that I used it to go to work, and I didn't drive with my ice car, and then I had to fuel up. So let's say 75 euros to have the e-up, and the videos that I make did not, and 10 euros for the data plan of per month for the phone, that also just for YouTube. So I'm losing money with every car I'm getting. The advertising I get, even the donations with the Model 3. Again, Model 3, all the charging stops at home and then charging on the way was 120 euros. So for 1,000 kilometers for 1 day, 120 euros. And I earned with the video altogether maybe 40. So I lost 80. This is not something, but it's still fun, and it's for me experience. And but of course I get a bit more subscribers, and with more subscribers I get more views, and then at the end a bit more money. But it's not about earning money, it's about getting the cars, having fun. But I also don't want to lose money. Losing money is in the long term is of course not the thing to do. So when I make videos at home, that's way cheaper. I don't have to spend anything. So when I do a ID3 video at home, I don't spend anything, and I earn a bit from the video. No, she doesn't like this side job because I'm gone a lot. But I still earn with advertising a bit. So I earn around 150 euros a month from YouTube with advertising, and in most months I don't spend like I did with the Model 3 and the e-up. So overall through the year I earn money with YouTube. So that's okay. But I also am paying off camera and stuff, and then I want to earn money so I can afford the ID3. I don't know yet where I'm going. So when I'm not at 52% in Munich, I don't know where I will be going. If I go, I'm guessing straight. And also I have to find a turnaround point that is not at 49. So if I say 52% and then there's no turnaround point, that would be stupid too. But we are at 64%. Car says 178 kilometers range left. I drove 114. Consumption is still going up. It's at 125 now. Heat is taking 450 watt. Now it's off, so no consumption. Going downhill. It's true, but Volkswagen will never give me a discount. And if they give me the car, like I always say, just a few days earlier, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I should check the navigation how far Munich is. Let me call these. Okay, go call. Tell him. I will see how far Munich is because I estimate another 11%. Maybe another 40 kilometers, I would say. Freising. 31, start guidance. Hit 31 on the highway. 34. Huh. Yeah. I still don't know how far I have to go, and then hopefully it's so when I'm at 55%, I will look for an exit. So I don't turn around with 49 and then I don't get home or don't get to the charger I want to go. Oh, consumption went down to 123 again. Woo-hoo. 63%. Heat is taking 400 watt. Heat pump rules. I'm at 21.5. Fan is on 2. And I noticed that also the higher the fan speed, the higher the consumption for the climate. And I don't mean that the fan is taking the power, the heat pump is doing more. Because it thinks, oh, you want it warm, fast, I will use more energy and give you heat. People, 15 likes, perfect. Home will be downhill, no worries. I hope so. I don't know. I never noticed, and it's so hard on the internet to check a drive when it comes to elevation. It's really difficult to do that. Google Maps doesn't do that anymore unless you do bike track. But I can't do that. Then of course it's the wrong drive when you do a longer distance thing. Oh, it's starting to rain a bit, and so it's really hard to do that. So I have no idea to Munich if it is up or down. That's why I turn around and go back. I'm at 62%. Another 10%. Then I want to turn around. 119 kilometers an hour. Kilometers we did. Yeah, better route planner, but does it say, it doesn't say elevation, it just thinks the elevation, or does it show that? I can't remember. I have it on the phone and I have it at home. I used it a bit, but it was way off with the Model 3 and I couldn't tell if I wanted to, it has elevation, thank you. I tried to simulate the Model 3 drive, 1,000 kilometers, but I couldn't tell it that I want to drive 200. I put it in, but it didn't do it. And it doesn't have no idea about construction and stuff like this, so I was a special case. It's not the normal distance driving that you do. With what you just asked, with Model 3 or Ioniq, Gil, did I say that right? Or Gillies? I can't read Gills. Hopefully I say that right. I prefer this car if I use it as a normal daily driver. Going to work, going distances around 200 kilometers, this car feels better to me and is a better deal than the Model 3. If you have to go very long distances, 500 kilometers many times through the year, then Model 3. Then it deserves. And if you're a power junkie, if you need 500 horsepower, then you need I don't use an app for my planning. I just look at Google Maps and check it. And I have the Better Route Planner app on there. Version crafted, show elevation. Okay, understand you may not want to rely on its plan. I don't use it. Totally butchered it, but no worries. Thanks for info and down to earth answer. What did I? The Model 3? How's plug share in Europe? The app? I don't even know this. I have a Better Route Planner, then I have Charge Map, which shows every charging station, doesn't matter what network, and then I have the different charging providers. I have Maingau, ENBW, Get Charge, Plug Surfing, and Shell Recharge, which was formerly the New Motion. These are all the apps that I have on my phone, so I know all the charging. And with this car, Hyundai gave me an ENBW card where I can charge for free. And so of course I want to use the chargers that I can do that to save money. But Ionq didn't, and I did my range test with Ionq, so I have to pay for that. That's okay. It was just a bit. But today I drove. I charged only once at home or twice overnight. But today I charged at the AC charger 900 meters away from my home with amazingly 4.2 kilowatt or 4.4. And I'm going back to a high power charger in Ruderting, and there where I charged the e-up in the first video of the e-up that you've seen, and there I will charge the car full again for free. Only when it comes to fast charging, only do Ionq. All the others may not work or may be occupied. Charge map is like Luxshare is crowdsourced EV network finder to it should be the same. The charge map, people are writing in, hey, I found a new charger, but information does not have to be true, and it maybe is inaccurate when it comes. Some people say this charger doesn't work, and you go there and it works, and the opposite. I charged yesterday, and or some chargers, it doesn't say anything about so a lot of people, so it was a long time since the last person charged there. I'm at 60%. I should do a little film. I do that. Let's see, brightness we have. It's fine. Audio works, and we film. I'm at 60%, car says 165 kilometers range left. I have the heat on at 21.5, driver only. Sometimes it shows me up to 500 watts for heat, but that's okay. Consumption is pretty high, I'm surprised, at 124 watt hours per kilometer. Focus please. I'm at 120, now it switched to 59%, 127 kilometers. Yes. There was a Porsche going way over 200 and loud. He's right. God, I can still hear him. He's far away. Oh my God. Yeah, people have fun with their cars. Sunday is a great day. No traffic at all. Filming is done. No, it's now it's finally gone. You're always a few seconds behind, sorry. No reliable fast charging network in Germany. No, so there are many fast chargers, but you never know if they work or if they're occupied. So the only thing is Ionq, because they have 24/7 hotline, and they have it's more than one charger. So if I would do a long trip and I don't want to get stressed with charging, I want to know that it works and it's fast and I get a spot, I would only use Ionity. Back to topic, of course, if you are a power junkie with no monetary limits, maybe a Taycan. Well, if I have no money limit, I want to get the Rimac C2, 1900 horsepower. But 2 million euros or something. Or the Pininfarina, they also have an electric car, the new Lotus. That would be something. Taycan, I don't need a four-seater, but maybe, but I will never get a car like that. It's just not, doesn't make sense. So very powerful cars are just for fun. You never go far distance. Even the Model 3, like I said, this is way more comfortable. It's the ride quality is better, the steering wheel is better, the wind noise is better than the Model 3. I'm sitting more comfortably. I like the seats better. I like the fabric better than the vegan leather. But it would be the same with normal leather. That's not the difference. But I like fabric more. I sit more comfortable in here for a long distance drive. Yeah, C2 makes. You said without money. If I had all the money in the world, be a billionaire, I would get the C2. Yeah, fanboys can scream around, it's fine. This is my opinion. So for example, the Model 3 owner, he says that his car is the most comfortable ride he ever been in, but he drives a Defender, Land Rover Defender. He went to Sweden with it, and of course this is the harshest and loudest ride ever. So he feels like he's sitting in a couch in the Model 3. But this car, seating position, and how the drive is, wind noise, especially the steering feel, it's way better. I like it. I like it way better. If you need the power, the range, and the charging speed, then of course Model 3. Technology of the Model 3 is way better. I like the regen adjustment here. Yeah, ID3, like I said, I only drove it for 10 minutes. It's very hard to say. I think regen in the Ioniq is better than in the ID3. No regen or regen. That's it. Power is of course here way better. Is better in the ID3. Rear wheel drive and 150 kilowatt. This car with 100 kilowatt feels sometimes a bit not enough power, and it's front wheels, and you have torque steer. You can feel that in full acceleration it's not as bad as the Kona, but you can feel it that it's moving around a tiny bit. And when it comes to wind noise, I don't know. It could be the same. I don't know yet. Waiting for your review Taycan with the race test. Race text to not offend your sensibilities. 265 kilowatt regen. It always goes away. And 270 kilowatt charging. I don't think Porsche will give me a Taycan. Yeah, battery charging speed only 47 kilowatt peak, and range of, when you drive a bit faster, 200, and when you drive slow, 300 kilometers. Of course, then the ID3 is way better. Way better. I'm at 56%, 4% to go. Then we turn around. I'm at 135 kilometers. Car says 156. Range left. 124 watt-hours per kilometer. Race text is the non-leather interior. Thank you. Don't need to ask Porsche to give you one, buy one. Yeah, sure. I'm buying a Taycan. Yeah. First of all, I wouldn't get one right now. Would take, I don't know, the delivery time. I should turn on the light. It's a bit dark. Let's turn on the light, and consumption goes up. This is incredible how much the light. It's LED light in the front and in the back, but it takes 200 above 250 watts for light. What is the PCT? What's PCT? You guys have all nice names that I don't know. I'm stupid. Oh, so I used 80%. A percentage battery is 55. Going to 52, then I turn around. So at 53 I will look at the map to see if I can turn around somewhere. So hopefully I don't get to Munich the full way and I can turn around nicely. That would be good. But so, like I said, I have now 80% used of my data plan. If I'm sorry, but that's what I'm doing. If there is no donation for 10 euros, the live stream will stop because I have to buy the daily thing. No, I didn't hear anything from Björn, and yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with the impact of the Model 3000 kilometer video. It's only at 1300 views, so nobody cares. I was expecting a bit more, but no. Yeah, he's back. He's back in Thailand, but he was talking about the Porsche driver, but he was totally mean to him. I think so. The Porsche that did 9 hours and 12 minutes, he said, oh, this is my test and I don't think this is right because he did it on unrestricted roads. But when he did his video with world record, more than 3,000 kilometers in 10 hours, he drove, I don't know, 50, 60 kilometers in the on German highway. He just didn't do it for the whole trip. So it's his test, he can do what he wants. And I did the same. But back to the data. So when my data plan is off, then the stream will stop. I'm sorry, unless somebody Björn is only interested in Björn, and someone is donating 10 euros. Then I will buy this daily plan for 6 euros, and we can go on. Otherwise, you see it in the video when I will edit it about the range. I'm at 54%. So I'm guessing another 20 minutes of live stream and then it will be off. Sorry guys. It's just 10 euros for something that maybe you're not so interested in. And I'm a cheapskate and I have to save money. 54%, 141 kilometers. Heat is on. Raining a tiny bit. Consumption is 125. I hope it will go down on the way home. There would be a turnaround point soon. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sure there will be more turnaround points. This looks like 1, 2. I think what I do at 53%, I will do a guidance home. And then maybe it will turn me around very nicely, the best way possible. Yep, Björn is a very nice guy, but he said it in the video already. He doesn't like to be in contact with a lot of people, and you can see him not collaborating with other YouTubers. He has Pavel, and then I think another guy. He did a bit of with what was his name? Winter Larson, a very nice guy. Yeah, but to be accurate with the Porsche driver, the video was not done very well. He was just driving and saying a bit, and I think I did my video a bit better with the steps and how I'm doing it and planning everything. So if I get the Taycan, it will be a bit better. So 53%, I will navigate home. But here would be an exit. Damn it, when is the next exit? I think at the link to the video. There's a Porsche video of the Autobahn specialist. He's driving. Just put in Taycan 1,000 kilometers in YouTube. Then there's an English and a German video. So it will turn around at Freising Mitte. That is a good thing. Previous destination, home, start guidance. In 3 kilometers I will turn around. I should be around 52%. So I'm going right to the main airport in Munich. And so I will not go in there, I will turn around there. That's good. I didn't. Right. Oh, I can't see you now. I agree with you. The drive was done as part of a delivery also. Björn has to justify doing it again. We'll search for Björn being not nice. Might find it. Ah, this one. No. This is the Björn video where he talks about the Porsche was Q&A. Where we're still in Thailand and he answers so many questions. I think Q&A May 2020, something like this. Just go through on the Björn Nieland YouTube channel on through the videos. It should be like 5-6 videos back. It was before he goes back from Thailand to Norway. You should find it. And it's just a little thing where he talks about it. And that the guy, the Porsche driver, knows and likes Björn because he put his referral link from Tesla in the video. We're at 52%. Ooh, have to film. Turn around. Oh my, oh my. And it has 144 kilometers range left, but we drove 147. So that's wrong. I would have more range left. Hello? Works? Works? Okay. I filmed. I'm at 52%. I will turn around very shortly. We did 147 kilometers. Car says 144. We'll go out here and turn around. Turn that off for a second. Where do I go? What right now? I have to go left. Yes, left in 250 meters. So since nobody is donating, I'm a crybaby. If the live stream goes offline, thank you much for watching. Very nice of you to be here. Yeah, don't do so much. Green. And then we go back here. That's a nice thing. See, there was only a few hundred meters to turn around. That's good. Good boy. Left here. Dittendorf, Landshut. We go home. And it's starting to rain anyway, so consumption will, even if it's downhill, will go up. The increased rain will increase your consumption. You will be able to get back. We'll see. If I notice I can't do it, I have to slow down. I can charge AC in Hengersberg. The DC charger doesn't work. At 51% now. Ooh, could be a bit stressful. Ooh. It was only raining near the end. Yeah, hopefully it should rain at 12 where I'm going. Resume, 94. Accelerating slowly. Hello? Previous destination. 149 even. Oh god. I don't know if I can make it, guys. Maybe I have to slow the car down. I'm at 50% now. I drove 150 kilometers. To the charger is 148 and the car says 141 kilometers range left. So maybe I overdid it a bit. But it was so interesting. It went to 52%. I went off the highway and it went to 50% so fast. Huh. Maybe I have to slow down a bit because it's raining now too. So consumption will get higher. Consumption is pretty high with 125. I will turn the heat off. That's for sure. Freeze a bit and maybe slow the car down to 92, maybe 91, and then we'll see. Hopefully it will go down a bit so the elevation is down. Stress now. We have to get my range up by 5 kilometers. We should do it with going 3 kilometers an hour slower. Okay, camera off. Almost driving 2 hours. Damn it. 2 hours for 150 kilometers. Tailwind, where are you? Yes. But I'm going a bit slower, 91 kilometers an hour, which is GPS speed than 88. I'm at 50%, 141 kilometers of range, 146 to the charger, but I have to go off the highway, and so then the consumption can be problematic. But I think we can do it. It will have a bit of buffer, I hope, maybe 1-2 kilometers. There's a car in front of me. Is it going slower than I am? Do I have to pass you and use power to pass you? I don't like that. Still on. Still on. Lights off. So I'm guessing another 2 hours to get home. It's 8:45 and then I have to charge. Maybe I do the full charging another time and I go home now. Ooh, that would be horrible if the second 50 go down more than the first 50. I hope not. I mean, I have a fastnet charger in Pilsting, not far ahead, and then I have this Type 2 charger in Hengersberg. That's all I have. Hopefully it's not doing that. So, stress. The E-Up did it very well, I think. Yeah, this car is really going slower than me. Damn it. But there's no traffic, but at some point I really have to pass him and maybe accelerate and lose power for nothing. Damn it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm really going home and do the full charging later? At a different time? Don't have to do it today? I don't know yet. Because the other charger is a few kilometers, and now people are coming in the back. I can't pass him. Damn it. Drafting might help. That's true. But he's going so slow. I think he's going 88. But I have to slow down. Car's coming. I will pass him with 35. Is a car coming? No. Pass him with 100. Damn it. Passed him. Go back to 91. 92. I dropped him like crazy. Yeah. Go to 91. I want to get home. Don't want to get stuck somewhere. 48%. Maybe it's really going down fast. I have to check the kilometers. How many kilometers for 1%? We just went to, it was 100 and, okay. Next time it goes to 47%, then I know. So I won't be able to see this in the live stream since nobody's donating 10 euros. Now I take a suck. No, I get it. It's fine. But I'm not continuing the live stream. I'm not getting that daily limit, the daily unlimited data. So I'm waiting till it goes to 47%. Then I will see how many kilometers I can drive with 1%, and hopefully then I can calculate a bit if it really is going down faster now. Heat is off, driver only, 91 kilometers an hour. My consumption should be lower. Consumption is still at 125. 25 people watching. Hey! Doing this for an hour and 40 minutes. So, and it's almost empty. So 2 gigs offer. Will you charge at the Ionq next stop? No, I will go to a 175 high power charger in Ruderting, because then charging is for free because it works with the ENBW card. Yay! But it's possible I won't charge today. I don't know yet. We'll see how with the range. Maybe I'm going home and start charge AC, and then do the charging another time. I don't know yet. Still at 48%. Wanna see 47? Can see the view outside. Oh, and by the way, if Tristan's traveled 161 kilometers, we are at 47%. I'm at 106.8. Remember that? And then when we're 46, we'll see what we have then. Oh, cute thing. There's a subwoofer in the back, and when you're listening to music, the subwoofer is vibrating, and so with a bass drum or kick drum, and then the rear view mirror is vibrating with it, and so you can see every time bass frequencies are doing something that the rear view mirror is vibrating with that. So 160.8 at 47%. We drove kilometer. How much anyone has a calculator? Calculate 45%. 45 times how much do I have to drive? 136 divided by 45. How much that is? This is the kilometers I need per 1% to get to the charger. 136 divided by 45. Distance driven is 163 soon. So I drove 2 kilometers with 1% now. I have to drive a bit over 3, so it works, I guess. 80. How can 135 divided by 45 be 80? Should be a bit more. It should be 2, not even 2.5. And I did 2.5 now. I'm almost at 3 kilometers. 132 should be my range, and the car says 133 range. And I drove 3 kilometers now, and it's still at 47%. Maybe we can speed it up again. Get risky. Consumption goes down. I'm at 124 now. I'm at 46 now. So this was 3 kilometers and 400 meters for 1%. So it should be good to get to the charger. My total distance right now is 165 soon. I would say it's almost, not yet. Yeah, speed it up to 92. 165 now. With 165 kilometers, 46% battery left. Car says 132 kilometers of range left. Charger is in 133. I still don't know if I charge today. I mean, it will take me another 1.5 hours, or maybe a bit more, to get to the charger, and then the charging will take over an hour. But then I will walk Wesley. I would be done if it would be done today, and I'm so low. I think I can increase my speed, but I don't know, when I go off the highway, it's still 15 kilometers off the highway then on country road, where I will drive slowly to get to the charger for sure. Let's do 96. I get risky. But again, thank you all for being here. I think my data is soon over. If anyone wants me to continue, donate 10 euros, I will do it.